So I finished 3 weeks, 18 to go, doing fine. Everything's good. Can't believe it's been 21 days already that I've been doing the diet, the exercise routine, full swing into prep. I know that last week I talked a little bit about feeling frustrated that there wasn't a lot of movement, or I was kind of doubting how I was going to actually get through everything. And it's not as much the weeks. Like, I can push through 18 weeks. I've pushed through 3. I can do 18 more. I don't have like worries about that. It's just as time goes on, you're waiting to see your body change. You're waiting to see your measurements change. I want to see the scale go down week after week. And I know what I need to look like when it comes in May. I know the ideal weight I need to have. I know the ideal measurements. And even after 3 weeks, I don't know what I expect. So last week was kind of just a whine about that. But I had kind of a whoosh effect this week on the scale anyway, and measurements are looking good. I'm feeling tighter still, even after another week. So let's go. Okay, so let me explain the whoosh effect. So there is this term in fitness world called the whoosh, and it's basically just where you feel like you're on this plateau and your body's not changing, you're not changing, nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden the scale just changes dramatically, or you've lost an inch or half an inch around your waist, or just something dramatic happens. That's like a whoosh. And so that happened to me after the 3rd week. So I've kind of been losing a little bit of inches around like arms, legs, waist, hips gradually, but and then I've stayed the same weight for like a week and a half, and nothing was moving, nothing was changing. But then I got on the scale yesterday morning, and I was down like almost 4 pounds. And it's weird because a couple days before that, I wasn't. So it's just this patience that you learn through the whole process, because daily changes are nothing to focus on. You cannot focus on the daily changes. You have to look at a long-term picture and make your judgment calls and make your decisions moving forward based on cardio, based on your macros, based on your sleep, whatever the calculations may be. If you do that every single day, you will not be successful. You will drive yourself crazy. And so it's good to look at things in chunks. That is why going into the prep, I had this goal in mind to reevaluate things 3 to 4 weeks at a time. And I purposefully created it that way because I know myself, and I know how critical I can be of the day in and the day out. And if I'm not seeing a change, I feel like everything that I did the day before was maybe wasteful, or there was no impact. And truth be told, it's the daily consistency and the daily discipline that equals success. And it may not be short term, but it will happen long term. And you just have to stay faithful to the process, and you have to be patient with yourself. And so that's what happened. I got the first whoosh effect of this prep season, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so let's talk body weight versus measurements. It's not really a good idea to get onto a bodybuilding forum or look at past NPC or other bodybuilding federation result web pages and look at the winner or the top 3 and look at their weight. It can be okay if that doesn't be the number that you're obsessed with hitting. If I look at a girl that won a show, a competition, I cannot try to mimic her ideal body weight on stage. You don't even get weighed when you get on stage. Everybody has different body composition and makeup, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what you officially weigh. There might be an ideal range, but that's given by your height and your muscle definition, your bone density. There's a lot, and it's just not probably a good idea to get obsessed with that number. So I tend to focus on measurements overall. I want my legs to be a certain measurement around. That will change once fat is dropped and muscles are like showcasing through. So I know what the inches around my legs are right now, or my arms or my waist. And I know that there's a certain percentage of fat that has to be removed. And so I have a goal and I have a range of a measurement that will get me the best physique look on stage of what a figure competitor is supposed to look like. When it comes to weight, it doesn't really matter. And most women know they can compare themselves to hundreds of other women, and they can kind of look like they're about the same height or the same body build, and their weight on the raw scale is so different. This has to do with wearing clothes and size small, medium, large, or extra large, or your pant sizes. It just, at the end of the day, doesn't matter, because every brand fits everybody different, and every woman has their own makeup. So that's the biggest difference between body weight and measurements. Don't get worried so much about the weight as much as you should the measurements. And I'll take my weight once a week, because there is a certain amount of pounds that I should be losing overall. But it's just not the end all be all situation. So muscle weighs more than fat. I don't have as many pounds of fat to lose as I would if I were losing pounds of muscle. And I definitely don't want to lose any of my muscle weight. So it's okay if it's a half a pound a week or something like that, because I know that that is the fat that's going away. It's going to be good. Totally fine. Cardio sesh activated. 9.0 incline, 3.0 speed, and up 1 hour. Here we go. I'm so behind on cardio this week. So I gotta make up an hour today and an hour tomorrow. Let's go. So right now, when it comes to cardio, I am burnout from years and years of marathon training. So I don't really want to run anymore for fun necessarily, but I do cardio based on what they call a steady state cardio. So I'm keeping my heart rate above 120, 130 constantly, instead of high intensity intervals where I may be getting my heart rate up and then I slow down a little bit. I'm just doing a constant state of making sure that my heart rate is above 120 or 130. And I am doing, for the first 3 weeks, I was doing 30 minutes a day. And now I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to bump it up to 45 minutes a day. And I'm gonna work on that for the next couple of weeks and then readjust from there. So I might add a day. I'll do 45 minutes, 5 days a week of cardio, and I'll decide in a couple of weeks if I need to add an extra day of cardio or just move the minutes up to maybe 50. So what I actually do for cardio is I walk on a treadmill. I put my incline up to about a 9.0 incline, and I walk at about a 3.0 to 3.2, 3.4 pace. And I just do that for a full 30, 45 minutes. Eventually I'll get up to an hour, and I'm doing that every single day. I want to do it in the morning before I work and get ready for the day. I love the idea of that. I do get up early, between 5:30 and 6 every morning, and I have some coffee, some alone time. I read scripture. I pray for the day and things that are on my heart. I share that time with the Lord. And I've done that successfully for this prep, but I really want to also do that cardio. And I would love to get it done and out of the way, because after a full day's work, taking care of the family, fixing a meal, and maybe even my second job that I'm working at in the evenings, and then of course a full lifting workout to add cardio to that at the end of the day is very, very exhausting. So I need to rethink that. I need to try to get myself up at 5:30 on the dot and get my 45 minutes in, and then be done by 6:15 and still be able to get everything ready in the morning and out the door to work. That would be awesome. So we'll check back in later and see if that's something that has actually happened. But man, I love the idea of it though. We'll see. So if I were to share a highlight workout overall, I have favorite like muscle groups and stuff, but I've been seeing a lot of results on my chest bench press lately. And so that's the one I want to highlight this week. I have worked really hard to get up to a certain amount of weight to like just lay down and just rep out versus like a max. So I think in high school, my max was like 135 or something. And I was like third in school history or something to have like, you know, for a girl basketball team, whatever. And then somebody probably beat me out after all of that. But about 7 months ago or 8 months ago when I started lifting a lot, I was doing like 65 pounds. I might had like 10 pounds on either side of the bar, and I was doing like 3 sets of 10 or something. Now I'm putting 100 pounds on and lifting that 4 times 10, 4 times 8 reps, something like that. And so that's taken a while, but I've gradually built up to where I am just putting 100 pounds on, and I'm doing that now. And it's just the coolest feeling. It makes me feel so strong to just rep that out versus like, let's see if I can lift 100 pounds and get 1 rep. But no, I just put 100 on and I'm just going. So that's really awesome. I absolutely love it. And I could probably max out like a whole lot more and do 1 rep. I know that I can do 135 a couple of times right now, which is way more, or exactly what I had in high school, but it's to say that now is like more than I've ever been able to do. So that's my highlight. I'm super excited. Go bench press. It's the best. So to all the women who watch this and say, I could never do that, there's a lot of factors as to why you probably think that. But I will say that if anyone can do it, anyone can do it. So yes, you probably have a really busy schedule, and yes, you probably have a lot to take care of, and yes, you probably have more on your plate than you feel like there are hours in the day to get done. I have that schedule too. That's exactly the description of my life. But it's all about planning, prioritizing, and creating a schedule. I let my family know when my workouts are going to be, what's going to happen, because this is important for me and my health, and this is a goal that I have. And it's really cool to see them support that, because that's teaching them as well to work for a goal, and them seeing me be disciplined, they're going to know that. They're going to have that thought down the road that, you know, man, mom had this goal and she I always remember her doing her workout. I mean, we might have had dinner late one night, or the spaghetti might have been a little cold or whatever, but she got her workout in. And that's something that I want to instill in them as well, just my day in and day out. So I think that anybody can do it. It's just, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice some of your comforts for a goal? And it's a mental thing. It's a mind game. You gotta be in it mentally before you start physically getting into it, because the physical part of it, your body will fail. Your body will tell your brain that it's too hard and you don't want to do it. So the psychology plays a big role in it. So you've got to be mentally prepared, mentally locked in before you start to push your body to new limits. But you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Absolutely.